Good afternoon, everyone. We'll be getting started in just a couple of minutes. Can head over and enter in for our giveaway today while you wait. We get to build this lovely set. All right, looks like it is 2 o'clock. So let's get this build started. Welcome again, everyone. Black 6 here, and we've got the second set I've picked up from the Bricklink Designer Program. It took quite a while to get to me, just got it recently, and although it took a while, I am excited to check it out. I'm a sucker for sets like these with a little function. The other set we picked up was the Pursuit of Flight, so that one also has the cool little function, so definitely right in my wheelhouse here. 876 parts, contains 3 different backgrounds that you can build for the aquarium, which is kind of neat. Looking forward to that. Retailed for $65 according to Brickset. I don't remember exactly if that was how much I paid, but obviously kind of difficult to get now. You're gonna have to pick it up on the aftermarket if you did not get it during the initial wave. Very nice box here. Some good pictures on the front and back showing the different scenes. Actually, it looks like there are 4 different scenes, not 3 as the front suggested. Okay, no, I think it's one scene. These 2 maybe combined for a second? I'm not sure. Yeah, it's a little confusing here how all these come together. So we'll find out. Let's have a cool little holographic seal on there for the Bricklink Designer Program. I guess if you're one of those people who keeps these sealed to resell later, you know, makes it easier to tell that it hasn't been tampered with. But even if it may take me a while, I do buy sets to build them, so don't really care about keeping that sealed. So the unfortunate thing about these sets, this is the only piece of paper you get in it that says you have to use the LEGO Building Instructions app to build it. Thankfully, I remembered that from our last one. I still even have that handy to use as a bookmark in other builds I do. And I've got my tablet here with the Building Instructions app ready to go, hopefully. We'll see, hopefully the battery lasts long enough to get through this. Alright, let's see what we've got in here for bags. Can't imagine there's a whole lot in here. Okay, so it looks like we've got 6 numbered bags. We've got this one bag with larger elements, including a little mini poly bag with, I don't know if I've ever seen these ocean elements. I got some like seahorse, some fish, a starfish, some other stuff. We'll take a closer look at it when we get building. I assume these were from friends, and that's why I never saw them. But yeah, maybe they came in some other set, like City or something first. Alright, so 6 numbered bags, and obviously some bags inside bags. So let's pop these open. I'm going to get a nice teal brick separator. So we're going to find a spot for this to stay. There we go. Need to clean that out at some point, I think. Make some more room. Lots and lots of little Technic pins and little 2-module Technic beams here. I believe the way the Clockwork Aquarium works is with like essentially like a chain fed, like a conveyor belt on its side. Alright, let's open up this bag. Oh, we're going to need to open this up as well. Need a knife for this one. Alright. So get our other camera ready. Already remembering just how much of a fan I'm not of this building instructions app. Anyone else out there used it? If so, curious what you think of it. For me, it's just like too slow and cumbersome. Like I hit next and it takes me to a screen with the elements you need, which is nice, but then you go to the next step and it shows those elements anyway. So it's just like, well, save me an extra click. Show me the step with the elements I need. And of course, it's going to be like slower to go back and forth. Right? If I want to flip ahead to see like, oh, is this just like a symmetric build that I can just build 2 things at once? Well, I can't really be sure. So the one thing that is nice is that like the new elements you're adding in each step can like literally flash. So it's very obvious where they need to go. Just make it more difficult to accidentally skip some things, which, as you know, I'm prone to do sometimes when I get excited, but still, if I do skip something, then in a normal build, I can just flip back a couple pages. All right, starting, it looks like the little crankshaft assembly here. I'm not sure exactly the process they go through for these sets. I know at least that it does not go through the same rigorous, I guess, testing and like instruction design that a normal LEGO set would. So also gotta watch out for that in these instructions. Some gears turning. There's your little crank. A little splash of color there. Are these supposed to be like fish food or something in the cabinet? Right, because you got these tiles here. They're going to be doors that open up. Oh, this is nice. I need one of an invisible piece. Apparently that is a trans green round brick. Some interesting little details coming in. I feel like it was very early in the set. Well, all right, so this little mechanism here, I believe is going to be so the crank can only turn one way. So you can see spins freely now, but if, no? Okay, we need some other parts before it becomes a one-way switch. Alright, so I just built this little assembly step by step with like no more than 2 pieces per step, and now it's saying, hey, get those same 6 pieces and build a second one. Why couldn't they have just told me to build 2 of these? And again, since I can't easily flip ahead in the instructions, it makes it harder to figure that out beforehand. Takes 4 pages in the instructions to tell me to stack these 5 parts. So you got these 4 black clips in here that I assume are going to be for the door hinges for the cabinet base that opens up. Looks like the top is going to be detachable from the base based on all the tiles we're putting in here. Hey there, Rumi. Good to see ya. Man, these instructions are so annoying. Once again, they take 4 pages to tell me to build this one thing, and another 2 to say, hey, build another one. All right, another gear in our mechanism here. So now when we turn this, you can see you got 2 things that are gonna do their thing. We got the spinny and up and down. Still not quite sure what that little Technic thing is for. If there's gonna be something else that pushes us down. I don't know if we push this. Yeah, if that gets pushed down a little. Okay, there we go. I guess it just wasn't down enough. Sorry. So now that I pushed that down a little bit, now it means you can only spin this clockwise, not counterclockwise. There's some parts where the bag number and the instructions in the bag in real life didn't match up. Oh, I haven't gotten to that yet. I don't know if you were watching yet when we got to the point where there was a step where it said, like, let's see, like I said, like X1, and then instead of having a part, it was just a blank spot. And it was like, yeah, just guess what part we're talking about here. Another thing is with, like, you know, all these Technic things, it doesn't say like the length of them. So if you have a Technic axle, normally would like have a 1-to-1 scale. It would say it's like a 3 length, and here it doesn't say that at all. So you're just kind of like, well, I hope you know what you're doing. Like, for example, I just grabbed the wrong length of Technic beam here, because there's 2 different ones. And I didn't pay close enough attention at first. And then I saw I had me grab another one that was bigger. I'm like, oh, I guess I need to make sure I do that right. And I feel like that shortcoming isn't inherent to the Bricklink Designer Program. I think that's just a problem with the app. All right, so this is the support here. It'll keep our little conveyor belt sturdy. Go. So we have plenty of room there for that 3-piece Technic connector, and then we have a couple of holes that go all the way down to the bottom for our little up and down motion. And there is, I guess, the start of it. We're just dropping this axle down there. It goes up and down. I think now we're starting the, like, conveyor belt. A lot of these 2-module Technic beams and 3-module no friction pins. I guess some of the 2-module pins as well. Seeing the pattern here, I have no idea how many of these I have to build, which just make it a little tricky to ignore the instructions and just go ahead and do my own thing. Especially because at the beginning they don't say, hey, here's the assembly you're going to be making. assume this little piece is going to be so we can attach something to it. Some system stuff. Yeah, I do feel like getting some of those sushi belt vibes. Just a slightly more complex mechanism, since we have a hand crank that's turning from one direction to another, instead of the Ninjago City one, which was a bit more simple. Alright, starting to run out of parts here. So hopefully that means I've almost completed the conveyor. Alright, so you can see we've got these 3 1x2 connectors to give this a way to attach system stuff to. This is, I guess, okay, so it's supposed to kind of go in between those Technic connectors there. Pretty nice and smooth action. That works really well with that little tri-Technic connector going between the gaps between the conveyor belt to keep it moving. And I think we're just about done with our first bag here. I think these are gonna here to kind of keep the conveyor belt from popping off and give us a couple system connection points. All right. And open our second bag. I'm curious, and I guess we're going to find out here how easy it's going to be to switch between the different scenes. semi-permanent each one is going to be. Hopefully they're fairly easy to switch out, so we can build all of them today. Well, yep, here's a glitch again. Invisible pieces. I don't know if that's just bad data from the Bricklink Designer Program, or just a glitch. In both instances, they have been transparent pieces that failed to show up. And I guess those are the only instances so far where we've had transparent pieces in the set. So I guess the app can't render transparent parts, but it can, because then in the actual step you can see what they are. They just don't show up in there. Alright, so it looks like we have to open up this little bag, even though they did not tell us to. And grab cute little octopus out of there. A cool castle helmet. I'm using the official LEGO building instructions app that it tells you to use. Right, when you have this little insert thing, and it's on the back, it says use the app. So I went to the Google Play Store and downloaded it onto my tablet. That's probably a better idea, is going and downloading the PDF from customer service, maybe a little less frustrating with having to wait for it to load sometimes. Oh, we've got a crab. You know how our Bionicle builders love crabs. Well, I guess he's going to be the thing that is going to pop up and down. All right, this goes on here and it connects to those two Technic pins with studs. And now we turn this, our little crab pops up and down. It slowly turns around. Very fun. Alright, this maybe not very reassuring that we're using this piece here, which is the only one. So I'm just afraid that may mean some like deconstruction to switch between the different scenes. I really hope not, though. I think that would really be a bummer. Like, I started with this layout just because it's like the, I guess, the main one you see in the instructions and stuff. So I'm curious if I had picked a different one, would I have like had to go back and open bag 2 to get these parts in order to do this? Interesting. So here, it's very clearly a 1x2 and a 1x1 next to each other. In the next step, they totally merge and just become a 1x3 brick there. Oh yeah, now all of those pieces have merged just to become a 1x7 brick. Like, we don't need any seams in our bricks, even though this is 2022 and we've been able to render these types of things for decades now. Apparently all the seams have gone and this is just one solid piece now. Yep, just like the 1x5 plate. It just seems like you would want to be able to see the seams in case like you mess up and are trying to make sure, oh, did I put the right piece in here or something. It's a fun little technique using the 45-degree slopes in the inverted versions on top of each other. It does leave a little bit of a gap. They are not kind of perfectly lined up, unfortunately. But as long as there's something behind here so like light can't come through, it'll look pretty good, I think, in the finished model. Like the layering we're doing here, kind of give the background some depth, different shades. Clam piece here, snap that shut. These leaf pieces that we're using as like seaweed even help cover up some of the gaps a little bit, so it's cool. Appreciate that. Hey there, Box Commander. Good to see you. We got a little statue here using a roller skate for the eyes and this 1x1 brick for, I guess, like the nose. Little design there. Alright, all this pops on the back here. It's only connected by 2 studs, so it should be pretty easy to swap out. Good so far. Huh. So it's saying now to open up bag 5. We still have a whole bunch of parts from bag 2. And we haven't even gotten to bag 3, so we're skipping bags 3 and 4, leaving these parts off to the side, and going on to bag 5. Very bizarre. But I guess we follow the instructions. Good thing I've got a bunch of these trays to sort everything in. Lots of trans-clear window pieces. Oh, that's going to be really fun in this bag, or in this step, because yeah, it still looks like the transparent pieces just are not rendering in the app. So it's just kind of like mystery. Alright, so it looks like we're going to be adding the fish on these trans clear supports. There we go, our first fish. That attaches to one of these Technic pieces. A little tricky to get that on there. I wonder if there's like a good spot where it has. Alright, well, we're gonna have to go through. I'm gonna see if when it's on that little Technic axle, that can give me some more support so I can really kind of push this on here. Make sure it stays put. Oh, guess that seaweed was not well positioned. All right, looking pretty good. Alright, now it's time for the orange fish. I'm supposed to go in front of the blue. So let's put this on. Alright. One fish, two fish, orange fish, blue fish. I don't know why I couldn't just have built 3 of these assemblies and then have me connect 3 different fish to each one. But welcome to LEGO building instructions. Can never make sense. Ooh, that's an interesting colored fish. I definitely have not seen this one before, I don't think. Obviously, we're not getting any new colors in these Bricklink Designer Program sets, so it has existed somewhere else. I just haven't seen it in any of the sets I've picked up. At least that I remember. All right, 3 fish swimming around in circles. We're going to be building the top of the fish tank now. Did I do something wrong? It says it's supposed to span this entire thing. Obviously it's 2 modules short. There's another giant plate that I don't see. Thought I did this correctly. Yeah, looks like I did. 3 2x6 plates. Do they give me the wrong piece? It's the piece I need in another bag? These are indeed different sizes. There's no like 2x4 or 1x2 plates to fill in. Don't see the plate in this bag. Don't see it in bag 2 that we put off to the side. Bag 3 or 4 by the looks of it. Huh. Well, that is annoying. I won't need to put anything on these studs here. And again, instead of telling me to build 2 of these, have me do it in 2 separate steps. Before having me build the mirrored versions. See, this brick is long enough to cover the whole thing. But then the problem is I'm supposed to put these two bricks right here, and obviously they're not going to be tall enough if I do that. Let's see, I've got some extra parts left over from other sets I've built. A whole drawer full of little 1x1 plates. So we'll find some that were the right color for what we need, dark bluish gray. And so this is looking like it's going to be the base of the aquarium. Like it's going to go like here, probably. Some more transparent pieces going in, which of course are invisible in the instructions. Front goes in. It's only connected by 4 studs on the bottom and 2 on the top. So it should make it hopefully fairly easy to remove, to replace the scene. You can see our fish swimming around. A little crab hopping up and down in the middle there. And now I have to open up bag 6. Ignore the rest of bag 5. This is a very poorly thought out building experience. All right, we are building the doors. And thanks to like some little glitches in the instruction app, it actually showed me what I was building beforehand. So I can realize we're building the doors, and I can build both at once. Here's more of that really poor rendering in these instructions. Like, even though you can see these tiles were picked and placed so they didn't have like any seams that were lined up, so they look like pieces of wood kind of joined together to make these doors. And then you look in the instructions and they just like ignore all of the seams between those tiles. Right, and it just like becomes one solid mass. I'm like, that just looks dumb, LEGO. Like, again, it's 2022, you can't render the seams between the parts. I'd say, like, this has been a fairly good build so far, but it's just been really hampered by this app and the poor distribution of parts between the bags. I don't know why I had to go from 1 to 2 to 5 to 6 here. do like using the life preservers here as the handles on the door with these pneumatic T's to hold them in place. It's a cool technique. And those go into the clips from before. Hides the mechanism, so it looks like magic. But if you do want to show it off, all you gotta do is open those up. You got some little fish food, but you can also see the mechanism working. Oh, now I have to skip through these instructions to build other door. Which, you know, this is paper instructions. It'd be very easy just to flip pages. We have to wait for each page to load here as I'm hitting next. All right, finally back to building. Assume this is going to be the top of the aquarium. Hey there, PG name. It's been going all right so far. The build itself has been a lot of fun and very cool, but unfortunately these Bricklink Designer Program sets do not have paper building instructions, and using the app to build this set has been less than fun. Well, nice. Hope you get to enjoy the rest of your Sunday now that you're done with work. Appreciate you coming here. And again, another thing where they tell me to build this, and then they told me to build this, like the same exact thing, instead of just saying this 2x. It's like in paper instructions, like they do 2x things all the time. Not looking for them to like break new ground by telling me to build something like mirrored or anything. This is, you know, fairly standard territory, LEGO. Right, so now here, I've got these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gaps. Clearly gonna need these 5 1x2 bricks with a Technic half pin in them. Let's see how many pages in the instructions it's gonna be for me to do this. I'm on the first page right now. I'm looking at it as I'm just building it. All right, so you got 1 page, 2, 3, 4. So they say build 1 and then build 4. So they can say build multiple of these, even though we've already built 5, 6, 7 of the same thing. Why couldn't I just build all 7 at the same time? Maybe I'm just overanalyzing this, being too picky, but I don't know. It's frustrating. Just making more taps in their slow loading app. Assuming I'm gonna do another repetitious thing, so I'm gonna do that. And the next step, do it again. Oh, and then do it 2 more times. Why just not? Why tell me just do it 4 times to begin with? You haven't even told me where I'm attaching these yet. I'm going to need to do it at least another 2 more times. Just going to go out on a limb and assume I need to connect all those pieces together. Alright. Already did all this in the instructions. I did get a little bit ahead of myself there with these 1x1 plates. Spacers on the back here, it looks like. Well, if you didn't already buy the Bricklink Designer Program sets, you're gonna have to be probably spending a good amount of money to get them on the secondary market because they were really only widely available during that initial period. So hopefully you got a friend or something who you know who doesn't want theirs. But it's gonna be a little pricey to get. Alright, this looks like this is the top of the aquarium. It's done. It's attached by 2, 4, 6 studs. And leaves the top open to the air. There we go. So you can see down there as the fish swim around. Very cool, little satisfying build. Looks very nice and finished. Not a lot of exposed studs. Pretty much anywhere. There's like a couple decorative ones here, but other than that, looks really great. But there are a couple more backgrounds that we have to do. I just got to figure out how to use the app to do it. Alright, so yeah. It looks like we have an alternate background for the same fish. We've got this like shipwreck one, and we've got like a whole completely different layout there. That is probably going to require disassembling and rebuilding a bunch of stuff, it looks like. So that's a little bit of a bummer. So we're going to go with this one. That one looks like it should be easy to kind of convert. Wait for this to load. Looks like it's just a different background pretty much. I'm curious if it starts from the very beginning. Yep, it looks like it. Can I just like scroll here? Okay, so you can just hold and drag. So that's nice. I've already done all this. Just gotta find the part. That looks different. Yep, okay. So did that. All right, so tell we're back to bag 2. Which I believe are these parts here. And we'll hopefully not have to take anything apart from our other build to do this. So got some of these cool teal coral pieces. We're attaching these snot bricks there. Kind of weird that they're not actually touching the ground, but I assume it's probably going to be kind of covered up. Yeah, we're putting some more pieces on the front here that are going to cover up the fact that the coral is not actually attached. Uh-oh, I'm assuming this is probably the wrong size piece yet again. No, in this case, this one is the right size. Okay, well, that's good at least. Something going right here. All right, and now got our second background. See how easy this is going to be. Let's adjust our camera angle a little here so you can just kind of see it better. How easy this is to swap this out once our camera stops shaking. Sorry about that. All right, so we can pop that off. You have to pop off the glass here. Oh, okay, just popped off the entire top. Oh, there we go. So that can disconnect with just a couple studs there. And then we can put this one in its place. This one's a little deeper than the other one, but it still fits. And we have those two plates here. Kind of act as a track that will go on the back edge there. Kind of wiggle this over, push that down, and put the top back on. It does look a little weird with the extra stuff sticking out of the back, but not very weird. Did I break something and all that? Broke a piece of seaweed, it looks like. Alright, I'm gonna have to take the top off to fix that, unfortunately. There we go. Excuse me, little crab. Alright, let's try this again. Alright. There we go. Second background. Little happy crab's been jumping around. Octopus kind of moves a bit too. Okay. So now the instructions are telling us to build a fish, which we have already done. Alright, build the base. Yep, already did that. It looks exactly the same. Doors, already did that. And top there, did that. All of that. Alright, so it looks like that's a pretty easy swap out between those two backgrounds. Alright, so now I guess we'll move on to this one, because this looks like it's going to be fairly straightforward to switch out. And this last one is going to be a bit more complicated. So we're going to do the pirate themed one. Loading. All right. So let's see how similar to this starts off. You'd think with these digital instructions, at least, it would be like, oh, you've already built this version, so let's start from this step to let you build the next version, instead of having to scroll through all these over and over again. Oh, okay, that's different there. All right, it's gonna be bag 3. We have not yet opened. I kind of wish, I think, that there was a little more open room in here or something that you could store the extra parts of the different scenes, but I don't think that is a possibility. ship's wheel. I think that's a staple of a lot of aquariums, fish tanks. That goes there. Interesting. Putting these in the tubes on the bottom of this plate. I guess it's like a little table, maybe. Classic pirate map printed element. I think this is the first printed element we've come across in this set. Maybe it'll be the only one. Key and a little lamp. Cute little build there. That goes back here. Some classic Exo Force hands. Really cool technique there to have the swords crossed like that. This looks different from some of the other backgrounds. All right, so it's going to go up here, so we'll take this off again. Gonna take that off, mess this up a little bit. All right, so we're just gonna kind of follow the instructions because I think they also changed some of the stuff in here. So we're gonna definitely pop off that background, put it with our other one. But before we just put this right back on, we're gonna look through the instructions to see if anything else is different. Oh yeah, okay, so this whole middle section is gonna be different too. So we're gonna have to pop this off, a little crab. All right, I have to kind of build around the fish a bit. Hoping I don't have to actually disassemble any of the other ones to get pieces for this one or the next one. Well, I think I am going to have to change this one a bit at least for the last model. How long have we been going? We're not quite at 2 hours, so we're making pretty good time, but this is a bit more of a complicated build than I thought, considering it's only 876 parts. I feel like we still do have a bit more to go. Get one piece of gold for our pirates. I spoke too soon to get a second piece of gold. Oh, this is gonna be one of those flapping open treasure chests. Oh, I love it. Hey there, Echo Bricks. Good to see you. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. Oh, cute little barrel there. Wonder if this is going to spin. And a little skeleton in here. Only has one arm though. Not sure what happened to the other one. I think we need to make sure he stays clear of the chest lid. Very scary skull head. Which I guess is our second printed part. This should be followed by our third. He's got his pirate's hat. Alright, some transparent pieces. I can tell because they're invisible in the instructions. And that goes in barrel. Alright, I guess we're going to need a little mechanism here to help open the treasure chest, maybe? It says to put this in here, but I don't think it's going to stay very well. So I guess it'd probably be easier to slide that in there and kind of get that around. Oh no, I just realized when I took off the last one we built, it took the little pins with it. Like, why is it staying attached? Gotta watch out for that. Place. It's a little finicky here. go. All right. Looking very spooky and parody. Just to see if anything else is different. All right, we're doing the fish. Looks like that's the same. Although they're showing using black clips on the fish versus the light gray. I don't know where those black clips are supposed to have come from. Oh, from bag 5, apparently. But we already got the gray. Oh, there are different fish too. Okay. All right, I guess we're supposed to swap them out. Interesting. Kind of a little confusing, jumping back and forth between all these different bags. All right, let's find the clips they want us to use. And instead of those multicolored fish, we're using these silver ones. Interesting. All right, there may be something different because it doesn't give me the same number of clips. Let's back up. Okay, looks like there's only 2 fish in this one. Odd. Hard to tell if there's something else that replaces the third fish or not. Okay, no, apparently there are supposed to be 3, but it does not give me the correct clips that I'm seeing unless I accidentally put one of them in my extra parts. No? Alright, let's zam me back in these instructions a little bit. Alright, there's one. Oh, no, that's why. It was on me. I screwed up. Put 2 of the same clip together instead of 2 separate ones. Okay. Well, at least that mystery is solved. Love that treasure chest opening up. Because I have it tilted, it's not really gravity. There we go. You can see the chest opening and closing a bit more now. So when it's tilted to try to show it off better, it's harder to see, but we're pretty good. Alright. Now what do we get to do? So now we're probably building this. We're going to see if they change. Oh, I got one more fish. Okay, come on. Alright, so we're rebuilding this. Let's see if there's going to be any differences. Still give us the wrong part. Alright, these little tan things look like they're the same. Alright, so one difference, you know, this flower in the back here. We may need a brick separator to get it out. There we go. A piece of gold in its place. Pop that little flower off too. Ooh, a little ruby in here. Okay, and hopefully the rest of this is going to be the same now. All right. So now I can put this on here. Lock that into place. Put the top back on. I'm gonna just scoot through the instructions, see, make sure there's nothing else different here. Looks like it's all pretty much the same. Alright, let's try to get a better angle of this so we can watch this work. I like how the chest opens different amounts. It opens like a little bit, and it opens for like a longer amount sometimes. Works kind of just as lovely as the other ones we've done. I wish this had like a little more blue in it to make it look more like a fish tank or something, but I do like it. I like the little barrel does spin around, which kind of jostles that bottle, which is just resting in there. So definitely a lot of movement in this one. Definitely a lot of fun there. All right. So we got one more version to build, and that one looks like it's going to require the most modification. It's got like a giant squid and a ship in it. So it's going to take a sec to load up. We're going to need to open up our last bag here, so I'm going to just go ahead and do that. Just our camera back down here. All right, let's zoom through these instructions and see where they start differentiating. So good catch up if anyone was late in joining the stream to see how the set comes together. Oh, all right. I think this is going to be where things diverge a bit. Yep, bag 4. All right, just going to put those parts off to the side. Grab bag 4 over here. Interesting designs here. I think the dark blue is supposed to be the ocean and the brown is like land and the lighter blue is going to be the sky. Actually, we're going to be using a similar technique to this one, where we have the 45-degree slopes and inverted slopes on top of each other. Gives that slight gap, but won't be too noticeable in the final model. So the biggest issue here building this is it's starting to get back heavy because it's all cantilevered there. Definitely making it a pain to build because it keeps wanting to fall over there. Guess I'll just let it have its way. Let the Wookiee win, so to speak. Nice little cloud piece, I think that came from the Unikitty sets. There. Still way too back heavy to stand on its own. All right, let's disassemble our pirate chest version. I think we're gonna have to take the fish off as well, but we're gonna wait for that until we're explicitly told to. All right, now the new center piece. What just happened? Uh-oh. I think my tablet might have died. Thanks for not giving me a warning about a low battery tablet. All right, well, this is going to be interesting. Let's see if I can pull up the instructions. Thanks to Woomy World for giving the tip earlier using the PDF from customer service. I'll see if I can pull that up on my computer. And it's going to slow me down a bit. Because I'm going to have to keep looking back and forth. And let's see, did not find the set number for it. It does not seem to have the set here, so that is unfortunate. $910015. All right, Google is failing me here. So Rebrickable doesn't seem to have had it. Brickinstructions.com doesn't have it. Brickset doesn't look like they have it. Not on the Bricklink page. Not on Brick Owl. Huh. All right. I guess the next thing is going to be to see if I can download it on my phone. Fantastic experience, LEGO. All right, working on putting it on my phone now. want to 3D rotate. I want to, nope. Great experience. I'm trying to hit the little red. There we go. This might be one of my least favorite building experiences since the Colosseum. Do I have this piece of the, oh, okay, yes, there it is. Alright, some more printed parts. Got these cool little eyes. Mixel style eyes for the squid. Fortunately, since these don't have any friction in them, they do spin freely, so it's hard to keep them in the proper position. Kraken tentacles. Alright, this goes in here. So the fish are gonna have to go. Clearly. I'm gonna open up those doors. Try to get ahead of the game here. Pop those off. All right, moving on to bag 5 again. I think these are the last of the parts that I have, so hopefully this should make it pretty quick here to wrap up this part of the build. I think we're building a boat that's going to be sailing around getting attacked by the Kraken. Okay, so I'm realizing the binoculars here are supposed to be the cannons on this side of the ship. That's a cool feature. And some Hero Factory claw pieces as the sails. Nice. Oh, upside down. There we go. Yep. Sorry about that. All right, and this gets attached onto here. So the problem with this now is that, as you can see, it is a little not quite tall enough for our backdrop. So now we're gonna have to, I guess, alter it. Oh, wait, still got more building to do first. It's kind of hard to see in the tiny little box art picture what else is going on instead of, or in addition to the ship. We've got a lightsaber bar. It's also interesting that on my phone here, the transparent parts are showing up just fine. Oh, we do have more fish. Of course, it couldn't tell us to build this twice. Even if transparent parts are showing up, that is still a bit of a flaw there. I feel like the fish are a bit lower. Oh yeah, you can see from this perspective, right? The ship is right at the horizon where it's brown, and the fish are lower. I don't know why they're spinning. That might just be because I had it tilted to the side there. There we go. All right, and now we get to see how we're modifying this. So interesting, it looks like we're going back to the decorations from the very first one. Which means we're going to need our brick separator again. Get these out of here. Come on, there's a little 1x1 round plate. Should be able to pop you out. All right, now we're gonna start to differentiate. I think I have to take this whole, all these transparent pieces off the top. I wonder if I can do it without like completely disassembling them. I can take it off in some chunks, but yeah, this is really unsturdy because they gave us the wrong piece, so I had to kind of fake it. I guess I could probably tweak it and fix it if I really wanted to, but once it's all assembled, it should be pretty sturdy. I wonder how bad it would look with the higher, oh, because it's going to be two different shades of transparent, okay. Alright, so you got all these transparent blue windows here for the ocean level. Not sure what we're doing for the corners. Probably going to fill those in. Oh, I didn't see we had some bricks mixed in with the windows. That makes sense. So we're going to put this back on. Might be easier to do the front first. Might be easiest to take this stupid little 1x4 plate off the bottom. So this thing will rest flat. Still got at least a few other parts we have not used yet. I'm curious to see if and where they come in. I do think I'm going to need to fix where that part was missing to make it a little more sturdy. I'm going to be switching back and forth for sure. Ready for this to go back on here. There we go, looking good. Oh, I totally did not read the instructions there. I put these panels back. I was not supposed to. It's supposed to be open in the front. So I'm supposed to take these off. And that's where these tiles come into play. And those plates right there. And I think that's going to be it. Let's zip through the rest of the instructions. Doing the roof part, looks the same. All right, yeah, the roof goes on here. And we're done. All right, well that took a lot of effort. Gonna put up our giveaway link. We are doing a single giveaway today. And let's take a final look at our set. Bring our camera down here so you can kind of see it more from ground level. Let's pull off our picture-in-picture. I don't think we need that. Alright. So here is the final iteration. For some reason the fish are getting caught up. They're like spinning around a lot. I'm not sure what that is about. I don't know, just facing forward here. Yeah, it's getting jammed. Oh, when the fish fell off there. That's not good. Sure, let's pop this whole thing off here. So you can figure this out. No, it just got disconnected. And there went my camera mount. Stick. Don't want to over tighten it because then it wears out the screw. Alright, let's see if this is better. Alright, looks like I fixed it. I like it. Little squid kind of spins around a bit as the ship goes around and around. Cool little islandscape in the background. Oh, the boat. Looks like that boat broke off now. I don't know if I did something wrong here. It's not like there's a lot of options to connect this. Like how I could have connected it incorrectly. Let's try without the background for a sec. Alright, well, it's going pretty smoothly there. Maybe I just did something wrong with the background here. Yeah, alright, it's looking pretty good. Very fun, very satisfying. I like the cool effect. If we get that at the right angle there, you can see the dark, I guess the transparent blue lines up with the dark blue in the back for the water, and then you've got the horizon in the sky. Makes for a cool effect. You see the fish and the squid underwater and just the boat up top. It's a lot of fun there. Definitely dig that. Very cool effect. Well done in general. So yeah, we've got that. We've got our pirate backdrop, and we've got two, I guess, more traditional aquarium backdrops. These three are all the same size and use the same aquarium top, whereas this one for the ship and the squid is modified, adds those transparent blue pieces and removes this. And then we have different middle pieces. Let's see. Got a few different middle pieces. You got the skeleton and the opening treasure chest, really cool effect. We've got a little crab that does a happy dance in the middle. And then instead of the ship and the underwater fish, we have either these silver fish, or we've got some different colorful fish as well. So lots of different customization options. You can kind of mix and match some of these to your heart's content for whatever aquarium experience you want. And then also of note, we got this little accessory kit that we only really used for that pink octopus. So all the rest of these are just added to your collection. Some different fish and starfish. So I see some seahorses, little like shell guy there, some of the snail, some sort of mollusk, little clam. So yeah, lots of cool little pieces there. in addition to all the extra pieces you'd normally expect in a LEGO set. So yeah, for $65, I feel like this is a good bit of value. It's all kind of hampered, I would say, by the horrible instructions app. My tablet was fully charged before we started, and it did not even last 3 hours, where normally my tablet will last like almost all day without charging it. So it tells me that the instructions app was just draining the battery nonstop, and didn't give me any warning that the battery was low. Lots of issues with that app too. I can't recommend it. And then apparently, unlike some of the other Bricklink Designer Programs sets who have instructions available through LEGO customer service, this one does not. So you have to use the app. It's literally the only way you can get the instructions for this app. So it's very unfortunate. If you didn't already pre-order this set during the Bricklink Designer Program crowdfunding, you're gonna have to turn to the aftermarket to pick it up. So you're probably gonna end up paying more than $65 for it, which is a shame because this is I think a pretty good value for at 65 bucks. Probably say like if you can pay like 80 bucks for it, it's still worth picking up. If it's more than 80, then you know it just kind of depends on how much you really want the set. I'm very happy with my purchase of it for the MSRP there. Also, you might want to look into just picking one of these 4 backdrops and sets of accessories, and just like seeing what pieces you have in your collection and what pieces you have to buy off of Bricklink or LEGO Bricks and Pieces to finish it, and then just build one, and possibly save some money doing it that way. But yeah, I think that's going to be about it for today. So we do still have a giveaway to do, so I'm going to turn that overlay off. Going to close things down, and we're going to pick our winner. And Matthew Goldberg, Balam Nom Nom Nom, you are the winner of the Range Trooper buildable figure. Congrats. I think I've got a bunch of other stuff I have to send you already, so we'll add that to the pile. And yeah, I'm not sure if we're going to be streaming next week. I would like to, but on Saturday we're going to Philly Maker Fair, so Bionalug will be there with some people from a few other local Pennsylvania lugs, displaying our Mecha vs. Kaiju collab and some other cool stuff. And so Sunday maybe spend just kind of catching up on things instead of doing a stream, but we'll see how it goes. If not next weekend, then hopefully the weekend after that we'll be back here building another set. So I hope you all have a great rest of your weekend, and we will catch you next time. So long, everyone.